August is the month to check your pantry before life gets more expensive. School costs begin piling up, fall storms start moving through, holiday baking gets closer, and before long, the same grocery money has to cover twice as much. That is why I would not wait until September to see what is missing. A pantry can look full and still leave you struggling to make a proper meal. You may have cans on the shelf, rice in the cabinet, and a few snacks tucked away. But can those foods work together when fresh groceries run low, the electricity goes out, or getting to the store becomes difficult? Today, I'm sharing 12 groceries worth stocking before August ends. I picked each one because it is affordable, useful in everyday meals, and dependable when plans change. Some save cooking fuel, some replace fresh food, and a few can keep an entire meal from becoming plain, weak, or incomplete. Stay with me until number 1. It is one of the cheapest foods you can buy. It stretches nearly everything else in your pantry, and when money gets tight, it can help carry breakfast, lunch, and supper. We are starting with number 12, something many people treat like a simple sweetener. Number 12, honey. Honey is one pantry food that can look ruined when it is perfectly fine. It may turn cloudy, thick, or grainy after sitting on the shelf. Many people see that change and throw away a good jar. Do not do that. The honey has crystallized. Place the closed jar in warm water and it will slowly soften again. Crystallization is a natural change, not a sign that the honey has spoiled. August is also a good time to check your supply because honey prices climbed sharply last year. The average United States price rose by 27% in 2025. So when you find pure honey at a fair price, putting away one extra jar may save you money later. Honey is useful because it needs no cooking. Stir it into oatmeal. Spread it with peanut butter. Add a little to warm water or use it when a scratchy throat makes swallowing uncomfortable. It also gives you quick energy when you have missed a meal or need something fast. Read the label carefully. Choose a jar with honey as the only ingredient. Honey-flavored syrups and products mixed with cheaper sweeteners are not the same thing. And one warning for grandparents: never give honey to a baby under 12 months old. Keep the lid tight. Use a clean, dry spoon, and do not throw the jar away just because the texture changes. Number 11, canned tomatoes. 30 years in a school cafeteria taught me something important. People can be hungry and still leave food behind when every meal tastes the same. That can happen in a stocked pantry too. After several days of plain rice, beans, pasta, and canned meat, you may still need food, but your appetite starts fighting the same flavor. Some people call that appetite fatigue. One can of tomatoes can change the whole meal. Add it to beans, and you have the beginning of a stew. Pour it over rice for moisture and flavor. Stir it into pasta, soup, or a little canned meat, and a plain pantry supper starts tasting like real cooking again. That makes canned tomatoes especially useful before fall, when soups, chili, and one-pot meals begin showing up more often. They also contain lycopene, a natural plant nutrient. Cooking tomatoes helps your body absorb more of it than it usually gets from raw tomatoes. But canned tomatoes are acidic, so they should not sit forgotten for years. Use the oldest cans first and replace them as you go. Check each can before opening it. Throw it away if it is swollen, leaking, badly rusted, or deeply dented around the seam. You do not need 20 cans. Start with a few that match the meals you already cook. Keep them where you can see them and let the oldest one go into this week's supper. Number 10, peanut butter. What can you eat when you are too tired to cook, the kitchen is hot, or the electricity is off? Peanut butter. Open the jar and the food is ready. You do not need a stove, clean water, or another dirty dish. A small serving gives you protein, fat, and plenty of calories. That combination usually keeps you satisfied longer than crackers or a sugary snack by itself. It is also familiar. Children will often eat it when they turn away from unfamiliar pantry meals. And for an older person living alone, peanut butter on bread, crackers, or a banana can become a simple meal without standing over the stove. Stir a spoonful into oatmeal. Spread it on flatbread, or mix it with honey when you need something quick and filling. For pantry storage, ordinary commercial peanut butter is often the easiest choice. The oils in natural peanut butter separate because it contains fewer stabilizers, so it needs more stirring and careful handling after opening. Most unopened jars keep their best quality for roughly 18 to 24 months. Buy the kind your household already eats, write the purchase month on the lid, and use the oldest jar first. Peanut butter does not need to be exciting. It needs to be ready when cooking is not. If this list is helping you build a smarter pantry, like the video and subscribe to Granny Sue's Gems so you do not miss the next one. Number 9. Canned beans. A can of beans can do something dried beans cannot do in a hurry. Feed you the moment you open it. Black beans, kidney beans, pinto beans, and chickpeas are already cooked. There is no overnight soaking, no large pot of water, and no stove burning for hours. That makes canned beans especially valuable when water is limited, cooking fuel is expensive, or standing over a hot stove is difficult. They are also one of the cheapest ways to add protein and fiber to a meal. Fiber helps keep you satisfied and supports digestion, which matters when meals become smaller or less varied. Add beans to canned tomatoes for a quick stew, spoon them over rice, stir them into soup or pasta. You can even mash them with a little seasoning and spread them on bread or flatbread. The liquid inside can help thicken soups and stews, but if you are watching your salt, drain the beans and rinse them with clean water instead. Buy several kinds rather than stacking one flavor from floor to ceiling. Different beans give you more meal choices, and variety helps keep pantry food from becoming tiresome. Check every can before using it. Do not keep one that is swollen, leaking, badly rusted, or deeply dented near the seam. When water and cooking fuel are precious, already cooked food becomes worth more than the price on the can. Number 8, salt. Salt is one of those groceries nobody worries about until the shelf is empty. A large box may cost less than $2, and when it stays dry, it keeps for years. That makes August a good time to buy it, before storm warnings send everybody reaching for the same few basics. Salt does more than season food. Your body needs some sodium to help your muscles and nerves work properly. During hot weather, sweating can leave you feeling weak or crampy, especially if you are working outside. But there is another reason I keep salt. Long before refrigerators, families used proper salting, brining, and pickling methods to help preserve garden vegetables, meat, and fish. Those skills still matter when produce needs saving or electricity becomes unreliable. Keep 2 kinds if your budget allows. Use iodized table salt for everyday meals. The iodine helps prevent a nutrient shortage that can become easier to miss when your diet is limited. For pickling and brining, choose plain pickling or canning salt without extra additives. It dissolves cleanly and is less likely to cloud the liquid. You do not need a cart full. 1 box for the kitchen and 1 for preserving may cost less than $5. Salt does not become rare before storms. People simply wait too long to buy it. Number 7, olive oil. A pantry can be full of beans, rice, and vegetables and still be missing one important thing: fat. Your body needs some fat to use vitamins A, D, E, and K properly, so a spoonful of olive oil does more than improve the taste. It helps your body get more value from the food already on your plate. Olive oil also adds a lot of energy without making the meal larger. Fat provides about 9 calories per gram, more than twice what protein or carbohydrates provide. That means a little oil stirred into rice, beans, soup, or pasta can make a simple meal more satisfying. But olive oil is not something to stock by the case. Light, heat, and air slowly damage it. Choose a dark bottle when possible. Close it tightly after every use and keep it away from the stove or a sunny window. Buy an amount your household can use and rotate. 1 fresh bottle is more useful than 3 old bottles turning bitter in the back of the pantry. August is a good time to check what you have before fall soups, stews, and holiday expenses begin. Your canned vegetables and beans can fill the pantry. A little olive oil helps them nourish you properly. Number 6, flour. A loaf of bread may disappear in 2 days. A bag of flour can keep making food long after that loaf is gone. When I was raising children, flour was one of the groceries that helped a small food budget stretch. With flour, water, salt, and a little oil, you can make flatbread, biscuits, dumplings, tortillas, or simple noodles. You do not need an expensive mixer. A bowl, a spoon, and a pan will do most of the work. That makes August a good time to check your supply. Once cooler weather arrives, families start baking more. Holiday demand grows, and the same grocery money has more jobs to do. For everyday cooking, whole wheat flour gives you more fiber and nutrients, but it contains natural oils that can turn rancid sooner. White all-purpose flour usually keeps longer, so it is the better choice when you are putting some away beyond normal weekly use. Do not leave flour sitting for years in its thin paper bag. For longer storage, it needs sturdy, airtight packaging that protects it from moisture and pantry insects. Some people freeze a new bag for about 48 hours before repacking it. If you do that, let the unopened bag return fully to room temperature before sealing it, so moisture does not become trapped inside. Buy what you know how to use. Flour is valuable because it does not give you only one meal. It gives you the power to make the next one. Number 5, powdered milk. Powdered milk gives you something a carton cannot. Milk that can wait on the pantry shelf until you need it. A grandbaby may stay over. You may need milk for oatmeal or biscuits. Bad weather, illness, or limited transportation may also make a quick trip to the store difficult. Mix the powder with clean water and you have milk for drinking, cooking, or baking. Stir it into oatmeal. Add it to pancakes, mashed potatoes, creamy soup, biscuits, or bread dough. One package can make the same amount as several gallons of fresh milk while taking up far less space. It also provides protein and calcium. Those nutrients matter for growing children and older adults trying to maintain strong bones and muscles. But pay attention to the kind you buy. For longer storage, choose non-fat dry milk instead of whole milk powder. Whole milk powder contains more fat, and that fat can lose quality sooner. Buy a package size your household can manage. Once a large package is opened, divide it into smaller, airtight containers. That prevents the whole supply from being exposed to air each time you need 1 cup. And mix only what you plan to use. Once water is added, treat it like fresh milk and keep it refrigerated. Powdered milk may not replace every fresh carton, but it can keep breakfast, baking, and supper moving when the refrigerator shelf is empty. Number 4, canned meat. A freezer full of meat feels like security, but every pound inside comes with one condition: the electricity must stay on. Canned meat gives you another option. Tuna, salmon, chicken, and Spam can sit on the pantry shelf without refrigeration. Most are already cooked, so you can open a can and add it straight to a meal. A little canned chicken can stretch rice or pasta. Tuna works in sandwiches, salads, or casseroles. Salmon pairs well with potatoes, while processed meats can add plenty of calories when food choices are limited. Canned meat also provides complete protein. That means it contains the building blocks your body needs to protect muscle, maintain strength, and recover from illness or hard work. That is especially important for older adults when meals become smaller. But do not fill the pantry with only one kind. Choose 2 or 3 varieties your household will actually eat. Look for some lower sodium options too. Many canned meats contain a great deal of salt, which can make you thirstier and may not suit everyone's diet. Use the oldest cans first. Never open one that is swollen, leaking, badly rusted, or deeply dented near the seam. Before fall storms begin testing the power lines, make sure you have at least a few cans that can turn rice, beans, or pasta into a proper meal. Number 3, pasta. 8 minutes can make a big difference when cooking fuel is limited. That is one reason pasta belongs near the front of your pantry. Most dry pasta cooks quickly, costs very little, and works with nearly everything already on this list. Add canned tomatoes for a simple sauce. Stir in beans or canned meat for a fuller meal. Even olive oil, salt, and a little seasoning can turn one box into supper. Pasta also helps you stretch small amounts of food. A little chicken or tuna may not feed everyone by itself. Mix it through a pot of pasta and suddenly it reaches much farther. That is useful during an emergency, but it also helps on an ordinary week when the grocery budget is running low. Choose dry pasta made from semolina wheat when you are buying some for longer storage. Egg noodles contain more fat, so they usually lose quality sooner. Do not depend on the thin cardboard box for long storage either. It does little to stop moisture, insects, or pantry pests. Move the pasta into a sturdy, airtight container and keep only what your household will actually use. And before pouring away the cooking water, save a cup. That starchy water can thicken soup or help a sauce cling to the noodles. By the time fall storms and school expenses arrive, a few boxes of pasta can give you several fast meals without draining the grocery money. Number 2, water. 1 gallon per person per day. Sounds manageable until you count it. For a family of 4, a 2-week supply comes to 56 gallons, and that is only the basic amount for drinking and simple cooking. Water is what makes the rest of this pantry work. You need it to cook rice, boil pasta, mix powdered milk, wash your hands, and clean the dishes used to prepare food. Without enough water, several groceries on this list become much harder to use. Do not wait until a storm warning appears. Bottled water can disappear quickly once everyone starts shopping at the same time. Begin with what you can manage. Store a few days first, then build toward a larger supply. For longer storage, use clean containers made for drinking water. Look for containers marked food grade and follow the cleaning and storage directions that come with them. Keep the lids tightly closed. Store the containers where they will not be exposed to heat, sunlight, chemicals, or anything with a strong smell. And remember that large water containers become heavy. A full gallon weighs more than 8 pounds, so use sizes you can safely lift and move. Heat waves, floods, broken pipes, and power failures can all interrupt clean water. A pantry full of food gives you comfort. Stored water gives you the ability to use it. Number 1, white rice. White rice earns a number 1 spot because it makes nearly every other grocery on this list go farther. Add canned beans and you have a filling meal. Stir in canned tomatoes and plain rice takes on their flavor. A small can of chicken or tuna can feed more people when it is served over rice. Even leftovers still have work to do. Yesterday's rice can become breakfast, soup, pudding, or fried rice. In a church kitchen, I learned that one good pot of rice could help a few simple ingredients feed a whole room. A large bag also gives you many meals for very little money. That matters when fall expenses begin piling up and the grocery budget has to stretch further. For long storage, choose white rice instead of brown rice. Brown rice keeps its outer layer, which contains natural oils. Those oils can eventually turn rancid. White rice has those oily layers removed, so it keeps much longer when protected from moisture, heat, air, and pantry insects. For everyday use, keep rice in a sturdy, airtight container. For storage meant to last years, use proper food-grade packaging and follow the directions for oxygen absorbers instead of guessing. Do not buy more than you can store safely or lift comfortably. A smaller bag stored properly is better than a giant bag left open. White rice does not need to carry the whole meal by itself. Its real strength is helping everything else in your pantry carry you further. August is your chance to prepare before the grocery money gets pulled toward school costs, fall storms, and holiday spending. So take one good look through your pantry this week. Replace what is running low, choose foods your household already eats, and build from there. You do not need a cart piled high. You need a pantry that can still make a proper meal when plans change. Tell me which grocery you are buying first. Then watch what's about to disappear from grocery stores this fall. I will show you the early warning signs to notice before higher prices and thinner shelves catch everyone by surprise.